Alright, now we're working on the top here. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the ears in a little bit. Actually, we need to bring this in a little bit. So. Alright. This has to come out in the middle here. So let me get some of the water in solution. This is actually rubbing alcohol and water. Alright. We're just going to kind of spray the head a little bit because this is a little tougher than the other stuff I was using. So now I can spray that pretty well with that because I haven't had a lot of problems with this stuff splitting on me after I've wet it a few times. But it is something you want to kind of be mindful of. Now this is nice. I use a small detail knife for, which I have. Detail knives are nice for getting into areas that are nice and small. See how I can turn that radius a little tighter? Oops. Something on here I don't like. Hang on just a second. I didn't realize it, but I had a super glue thing leak out on these, and it had a rough spot on there. I wanted to get that off. Alright. We're just going to keep going in here. Now when you take a piece like this, it's okay to do a little bit of a slicing motion as you're doing it. It just makes it a little easier. I'm pulling the knife, see how I'm pulling the knife down and around. I don't do it all the time, but if I feel it, I need a real clean cut on it, that's all I have to do. Alright. And because it's wet, it works much easier. Alright. Work my way out to the front here. Technically, these things stick out ahead of the ears. So the ears are going to be this, because it's a corner, this is as far back as we can go, so we can move these things up a little further. The ears are kind of not as easy to maneuver in a different location as these things would be, the horn things. Some interesting facts. Sometimes when I carve something, I like to look up some history on the piece or whatever I'm working on. And the male can grow up to 19 feet high. That's a heck of a long ways. They're massive. And one thing we're going to do is we're going to start cutting this out. Another nice thing you can use, if you happen to have it, and I do here somewhere, hang on just a second here. What I have here is my set, my micro set. Some of you have bought it and are really happy with it. This is nice to get in here as well. You know, it just takes a little of that craziness with the knife. You can use that to get in between the horns here. Alright. Just be careful when you do it, you know. Like I said, if you're wearing a glove, which you should if you're carving, especially if you're a beginner, these things can really be handy, but they will not protect you. Those gloves will not protect you from stabs. And it won't be as severe as without it, but it will still, you know, still poke you really well. It's not designed to keep you from stabs. Slicing motions, yes, for the most part, but I was reading online, some of you folks, even with the glove on, you still were able to cut yourselves, which does not surprise me that it would go through some stuff. Okay. Alright, so that's what I'm doing there. Now, the ears, let me look from the top here. Here's the face, right? So the ears are right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this portion back a little bit right here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our knife and we're going to go inward a little bit, and then we're going to chop that out. Okay, go inward again, chop that out again. One thing with these cone projects, it's hard to get the depth of the ears like you should. I did a little better with the other one because I started with a wider block. You can start with a wider block if you choose to do so, but I think by the time I get this really done, those ears will stick out a little further. See, that's all I had to do to make it look deeper. And same thing over here. So I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing here. Now this has got to be cut across, so let's just pull this back a little bit. Alright, we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to try to get the ears at the same angle as we did over there. Alright, we're going to chop a little piece out, kind of work our way down towards that. Yeah, just like so. It's so hard to match one side versus the other. It really is, and you know, don't be discouraged if it doesn't look like anything yet. You know, just keep at it. So it seems noisy. We've had a lot of rain, and been very thankful the camper has been really nicely waterproofed in a way. This is going to come back a little further. There we go. Alright, that's what we have so far. Alright, I'm going to trim the back out a little more, because the back of the head doesn't need to be that. Alright, now on the sides here, what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting straight in with a stop cut. Alright, draw your line there where the face should be. Just kind of start cutting upward here, right underneath the ear here. So just like so. Okay, see how we have